Hello and welcome back to our Minnesota farm for another crop update here on July 4th, 2020. That corn that's behind me, yes, you're not seeing any kind of illusion. It's well past knee high by the 4th of July. I am not standing on my knees. I am not sitting on the ground. I'll even show you so you know for sure I'm standing here. That corn is at least 6 feet tall, July 4th. Now in the last 2 weeks of June we've had a good 2 inches of rain, so that's really helped. But every day it seems like it's in the 90s. I can't remember a day it wasn't 90 degrees or more, so we've been having very hot temperatures. Let's go on a little bit of trip here. I'll show you a few of the crops that we were at earlier and we'll see some updates there. Before we get further into the crop update, I know I'm going to have several of you asking questions about how are those horses coming along. Well, as you can see, got them harnessed up. We've been doing some practicing with them so that we can prepare them because we have a lot of work for them to do around the farm. They're coming along very well, very happy with them. Okay, we're back at the Winningsted farm that we were at a few weeks back when I showed you. You can see soybeans are doing quite well. However, we did run into a lot more chlorosis spots than what I was hoping we were going to run into. I put a full rate of soy green on them, and yet we still ran into a lot of chlorosis. It didn't surprise me this year just because I saw the effects of it even on the corn, on the real high soluble salt soils. I saw it kind of affect the corn and I thought, oh, we're going to get hit hard on the beans. We'll just walk up here and I'll show you. It's coming out of it. A lot of this was even more yellow here before. But as you can see, here's my knee height. I mean, the soybeans are almost knee high by the 4th. On some spots they are. When you're real, where you don't have any limiting factors like high pH, high soluble salts, those soybeans are already knee high. I'll show you up here, and this is why I use soy grain, but still, look at the yellowing effects. Now this is beans here are coming out of it, so I would say within about 2 or 3 weeks, this should look pretty nice through here. Did it limit yield? Well, obviously yes, but some of these spots can still come out and do pretty well. Are they going to be 65 bushel an acre in this spot? No, but they may be 45, 50. You know, it's certainly a possibility yet. So like I say, this is on the Winningsted farm, and like I say, you look across the field, most of it's coming out of it. It's looking quite nice on the quarter across the road. If you can see in the distance there, it's all real nice and green. Those beans are coming along quite nicely. Okay, here we are back at Eileen's farm. Remember, I showed you it earlier in past videos of some tile lines that we had laid in the field this spring after we had planted, came back and replanted. This is an area where oftentimes we'll have a lot of yellowing in the soybeans. As you can see some over there. Now we don't have any tile lines right in there, but look this way. This is the area where it would be more so, and it's all green. It got very little bit of yellowing even on a summer like this year. And here's the line that was laid. You can see this hunk of dirt here kind of sticking up. This is where we laid that line, and when we laid this particular line right here, we had water flowing into this tile right away. Look at the nice soybeans. Now you say, well, this year's been a lot drier, and that's true. However, because of how wet this was earlier, those beans wouldn't have looked anything like that. Just by past experience, I'm used to that. But look at how nice those soybeans are looking, and I'm sorry if the sun is getting into the camera there, but look at how nice those soybeans look. People say, well, it doesn't pay to tile if it's not going to be a real wet year. Oh yes, it does, because if you got areas where you have a lot of water coming in, especially in areas of the field, usually on base of hills, it always pays, even on a drier year, because you're sucking out that extra moisture that's going to hurt those roots otherwise of those bean plants. Like I say, look here, I'll show you. Okay, here's my knee height again. Look how nice and tall those soybeans are. Sorry if the camera's jerking around here a little bit, but just look at those. I mean, I'll stick my leg right in the beans. You can see, this is my knee right here. Beans are right at knee high. You look down those rows, look at how beautiful that looks. Just really nice. If we don't get short on moisture, you know, if we can just keep enough moisture coming, I think we have some pretty decent looking yields this year. It all depends on the heat as well, though. Boy, we've been really nailed by heat. I mean, it's in the 90s every day again today, near 100 heat index. It was really hot. So we're lucky we've had those couple inches of rain here in the last half of June, but we're definitely going to need more. You can see ground is cracking, so we're definitely going to need more. I'm going to show you the cornfield on this farm as well. Did something unique over there. Okay, like I say, it's getting a little bit more difficult to do crop updates here because the corn is as tall as I am. But again, we're on Eileen's farm here in the cornfield. What I did is I side dressed some urea in it. I cultivated it in the best I could because of such dry conditions at the time. However, I wasn't very confident I maybe got it all in real well because I wasn't able to really push it into the row well at that point in time. The corn wasn't really tall enough. So I tried something different. I came back, and this is the first time I tried this, but through Helena they call it Coron. It's supposed to help add nitrogen through the plants. So what we did is we came back into the field, put some Coron in side dressed as well. It's going to be very interesting to see how that performs in this cornfield. Like I say, I feel like I'm getting drowned out here by corn. But we have very healthy corn plants all the way through. I don't even see any kind of deficiencies right now going on at all in this corn. It's just very beautiful. If we could keep this going, I'm afraid you're not going to be able to see down here. It'd be kind of dark down in here, but we don't have any real severe cracking yet going on. Hopefully we can get some rains. However, we're just starting to get the brace roots coming in. We need those brace roots on that plant before we get any severe weather, especially before we get severe weather. Because if those brace roots don't come out before a big bad thunderstorm came through, could be a substantial damage to this corn. They need that brace roots in order to withstand those hard winds. It gets to be just very turbulent winds out here, and they can shift directions very quickly, and the corn plants can only take so much. They're growing so fast at this period of their development, and especially with the 90s every day that we've been getting. So other than that, everything's looking really good here. We could just get some nice gentle rains coming without any severe weather. It'll be very interesting to see how this cornfield turns out. Let's go across the road. I'm going to show you what I did with that cornfield. Now, this is right across the road from the field we were in. I'm not going to walk into the corn, but I'm just going to tell you I tried something different here through the help of Helena as well. Is we put on what they call hydrohume into the fertilizer this spring, and hopefully in the especially high soluble salt, high pH soils, I'm hoping that it will help me extract more of those nutrients out of the ground into the corn plant. And so far, just like the side of the field we were on, those corn plants don't show any deficiencies going on right now. This cornfield looks really excellent at this point. So let's hope everything keeps going the way it is right now. Now, remember way back into earlier May when I showed you that frost damaged corn and I said it's very likely it'll come out of it and make it? Well, there it is, folks. It looks beautiful today, doesn't it? Just starting to put on its brace roots here. And every plant looks like it's doing just fine down there. Might be getting kind of dark down here to see. But there that field is. came out of it just fine. So I guess we should say to Brent, you did a good job of helping me pick out Hefty Seed brand corn here, because every field is looking really good. Not only that, hats off to Mark. Thank you for this mesh summer cap that you gave me. I'm sure appreciating it in this heat. So the only other thing I didn't show you is on one of the farms that I farm that has more chlorosis on it. I didn't get to that one. We'll maybe take a look at that one next time. We'll see how that one's coming along. There's quite a bit more acres of that. The only disappointment I had this year is at a full rate of soy grain. I was just hoping it would have come through that process of iron deficiency a little bit better than it has. That was the only real concern I've had so far in all my fields. Maybe in another couple of weeks that will be coming along and looking just fine. We'll see. So we'll probably go to that one next time. And other than that, thanks for joining me at our Minnesota farm for another crop update.